We're on Brisker Formula 2 TV and we're with the national points champion for 2011 and many years other besides. It's Gordon Moodie in number 7, who's literally just got out of his car from having a bit of a thrash round in the live action arena with England versus Scotland. Who won that race?
England unfortunately won that race, Mark Simpson, so I think Scotland's still winning overall at this point, but it could all change rather quickly.
Well, there we go. So that's what you've been getting up to for the last 4 days now. It's been a busy time of it here in the NEC, but really we're talking about your season in 2011 where you retained the silver roof, or returned to the silver roof, and also what you've got in store for 2012 as well. So looking back on 2011, silver roof as we say, but the world unfortunately slipped from your grasp. But at least you can say one thing, is that you did make it round the first corner this year, or last year as it was.
Yeah, we managed to finish the race last year. Yeah, the weather played a big part in the race, and it was just fortunate for me that the car held together, and we didn't get it last year, but we'll be trying our very best to win it this year.
Of course, it's at Barford, which is a track that you've had a lot of success on over the years, so you're relatively confident for this year. Obviously, it's a long way to go. We've got the qualifying rounds, we've got the semi-finals, but how do you feel with it at Barford over other tracks, for instance?
It's good for me because obviously we race Barford regular. It's one of our closest tracks, and we always go quite well there, so we'll have good track knowledge. But sometimes when you've got a bit of track knowledge and people think you're the favourite, that's when you won't win it. But we'll be trying our best, and if it isn't us, hopefully it'll be a good race and entertain the fans.
And the plans for this year, presumably pretty much the same as previous. Are you going to be going to try and retain the silver roof once again?
Yeah, well, it's difficult to say because so much can change in stock car racing, but we're hoping to go for the silver roof, and as long as we can afford to sustain the challenge, because it's quite expensive with diesel, we'll give it a good go.
Diesel is the biggest expense of any team really, and probably has been for quite some time. But here in the show, two of your nearest opponents really for the past few years, Chris Bradbury and David Polly, have got brand new cars. This is your car from last year, or is it a new car? What is the car for season 2012 for you?
The car that we're racing in the live action show, this is a car that's 2 seasons old now, and we'll be looking to update the machinery for the coming season. Hopefully we'll have 2 new cars, and that'll give us a good challenge on tarmac. And we've got the old shale car, which never seems to let me down, so I'm not in any hurry to update that.
Obviously we saw a very old car win the world final in Mark Simpson's hands last year, so it just goes to show that certainly on the shale you don't need the tip-top machinery.
No, well, I think a lot of it comes down to how the driver can adapt to the track, because the track's constantly changing over the period of 16-20 laps, however long it is, and really the driver probably plays a bigger part on shale than it does on tarmac. On tarmac you really need everything to be 110% to give yourself any chance of getting to victory lane.
So there we go. He's been a very, very big star for the past few years in Brisker Formula 2. 2012 looks like it's going to be exactly the same. We thank you very much to Gordon Moodie.